because we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Much love to the chat. Those of y'all that's in the building early, smash the like button as you come on in. I say smash the like button as you come on in. We're going to talk a little boxing in the AM. Share the video and spread the word to the ends of the earth. 78 Sports TV is live, you dig? Yes, indeed. Let me scroll up and see who we got in the building thus far in the AM. Let's see what we got here. Coach 67 Sports TV is in the building. What it do? Sports Guy 17. Miami Snoopy 305. Jalen Hudson. Carolina Slim. Macadea Mac of the South. Sheldon LDBC and Nothing is in the building. We got Pablo Escobar. Mark Hairston. TY Boxing 02. Avery Vice. My brother Joe Townsend always coming through standing on LDBC business. Yes, indeed. We got Brandon Adam Perry. We have Rod Neal. We got the Brothers UK. Anwar Willis. Let me see here. Joseph Brown. Tamir Ali. California Love, what it do? HC Boxing. Coach Hudson is in the building. A condo, LDBC and Nothing up in here. Whatever man, Jeff the producer, Justin Jacobs, Sniper in the building, Dane Watson, Visionary, Main Event Mark the homies in the building. Let me see. Sister Cameron Fields, salute to the queen in here. Salute to the Sister Shawa in the building. Craig L. G. Cole Wody. Supreme Beach Boxing Talk Cadillac Raiders in the building. Slip the jab. Let's see. I think I got everybody. My brother Stormy B Man the Sensei in the building. Y'all must have forgot. Let me see who that. Let me see. Oh, yo, y'all must have forgot Young Mustafa up in here. NBA D Nice. Dirt Game Bosses in the building. M. Perret. QCP 1000 Wild. Vincent Williams. Growing with Soul. What's up, Soul Power? Fight Side TV. The brother Jay Good is in the building. Gabe Moore. Bionic Prince. Unbiased Ron Podcast. Kadrika Young. Mindset of Mansa Musa. Mo 2013. Black Friday. I still think, but I can't read all y'all. But I think I got anybody anyway. Elbow, Shaquita Fields, Salute Sister, Hotel Shalom, Aaron Butler, Dickin Dollars, Jay Gibbs, Almighty Law, Freaking Flyer. What's happening? Ether in the building. Des 22, salute. All right, we got everybody. Smash that like button on the way in, y'all. Share the video, all that good stuff. What's happening with it? Just like candy in the building. All right, let's go get down to the smoke. So, apparently, and I know I've been late. I've been late doing my morning show. My routine, they got kind of messed up. But I'm gonna be back focused starting next week. I've been having a lot of stuff to do. Plus, my wife on vacation from her job, so getting a little bit extra bit of loving, throwing off the routine, Mahari Nation Sports Podcast, Young Abel in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love, fam. He says the curse of the Milwaukee Bucks has returned. My God, this dude here. I tried to warn you. OG Giannis Antetokounmpo is leaving the Bucks. Watch what I tell you, Abel. You've been saying this stuff, bro. You've been saying this since 1982, right? Giannis gonna lead the Bucks. Giannis gonna be right here with the Bucks, man. He ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be here. Yeah, Abel just be running his mouth. I don't know what you talking about. Y'all want Giannis to leave so badly. All right, but anyway, there we go. So it looks like we run into some issues here with Lamont Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis rematch. Okay. Um, you said shower. What shower at? Oh yeah, yeah. Let me get to that. Let me go to my YouTube real quick. Go to the YouTube real quick. Quick. Y'all get the lights up. The lights is disgusting. The lights is filthy out here in these streets, man. Yo, the lights is filthy out here in these streets. Y'all be doing me filthy. Let's see. All right, I just pinned meet and greet tickets. Y'all get y'all tickets to the LWC meet and greet this year in Las Vegas. Get them now. Get it while it's hot. Don't wait till the last minute. I'm telling y'all, if y'all wait till the last minute, there ain't gonna be no exceptions. You wait till the last minute, it's gonna be $100 at the door. I'm telling you that right now. Stuff be having to get paid for, man. So we need to know how many people gonna be there. Joe Thompson said Abel talking about everybody's team except the Bulls. That's because he can't talk about nobody. He can't talk about the Bulls. The Bulls suck. They've been sucking. But he's so worried about Giannis and the Bucks in Milwaukee. Like, man, get up out of here. All right, so word on the curb is Lamont Roach is asking for more money for his Gervonta Tank Davis rematch. Now, in the first fight, we already know what happened. Lamont Roach won the fight, but didn't get the decision. They called it a draw. All right, so, but the general consensus among boxing fans and among anybody who watched the fight, there are, matter of fact, let me see. I think I only heard maybe one person, and I was in the YouTube chat. Maybe one or two people in the YouTube chat I've seen say they thought Tank won. Everybody I met in person, even people who Tank fans in person, they all thought he lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? So Lamont Roach was not only robbed of a decision, um, but in millions of dollars for the future. Um, you know, now they're trying to rob him again in his rematch. I got you, coach. I got you, homie. Appreciate the cash app. Uh, Not only is did Lamont Roach lose out on millions of dollars in in potential earning power, and he lost the decision, the chance at that victory. They're trying to rob him in the rematch because Lamont Roach already signed his agreement for the rematch. Okay, he already signed that before the first fight, right? But now that this fight has gotten so big, and we know it's going to be huge, he's going to go bonkers. At this point in time, the rematch is going to do way better than the first fight. So Lamont Roach wants more money. Okay, and from what I heard, Lamont Roach didn't even get a lot of money anyway. From what I heard, he only got like $1 million to fight Tank. Now I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard. I heard he got $1 million to fight Tank. Okay, so which is more money than he ever got before. But now what's up, my brother Drew Titan LLC in the building? Boxing Barbecue, what it do? So if now we all know he put on an excellent performance and he coming into this rematch, what's wrong with giving the brother 2-3 mil? Like, I'm just saying, if those numbers are correct, I'm just saying. What's up, Chop Shop? If Tank Davis is a star that everybody claims he is, if Tank Davis is making the money that everybody claims he is, why wouldn't he do right by Lamont Roach? And the PBC, Cedric said you heard he only got 500,000. Yeah, I heard somewhere it was a million. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that part true or not. But if that's see, this is a weird fight, man. It's weird, and this is how I know it's a lot of lies going on because usually in boxing we got all the numbers. We know exactly how many pay per views we sold. We know how much what the fighters' purses was. But since the PBC been over there with Amazon, they've been real hush hush on what they're paying people. So the only thing we got around, we got to rely on here is just rumors. You know what I'm saying? And rumors don't really mean that because a rumor can be in favor of somebody or could be go the opposite way. So we don't know. But regardless, Lamont Roach deserves more money. And if Tank Davis is the star that y'all say he is, and PBC still got money and blah blah blah, it shouldn't be an issue. The man came out there and did a great job. He should be rewarded. He should be rewarded. But the reason why Gervonta Davis doesn't want to give Lamont Roach any more money is because Tank ain't making that much money either. Listen here, WB8, whatever, wide back bikini, whatever your name is. He said, "Who cares about pay-per-views? Stop pocket watching. First of all, go somewhere and put your mouth." Matter of fact, I got something for you. I got this. This what you can do. Right here. Right here. Go do that, bro. Straight up. You dudes are very irritating. You know why? This is what I mean by the hypocrisy from you dudes. This is what irritates me. Every other fighter, before the fight, after the fight, we talking about how much the ticket sells, or how much the gate is, how many pay-per-views, how much money they made. Y'all been talking about this stuff for years on YouTube. Some of us, like myself, were telling y'all back then, who cares? Who cares? Why can't we just watch the fights? Y'all don't want to see the best fights. You want to talk about Tank Davis's money and his pay-per-view sales and his popularity. You don't care about his actual boxing achievements. But now that it ain't looking too good for him, now you don't want to talk about it no more. Bro, y'all dudes is delusional and some straight weirdos. Last 5 years, all we had to hear about from y'all Tank fans is how much money he making and how many chains he got and this and that. Now we actually see the numbers now. Oh well, who cares about that? We stop pocket watching. It's ridiculous. Smash that like button, y'all. So anyway, yeah, David Mitchell, they always move the goalposts. So now what's happening is Tank is playing hard to get in the negotiating room, and he doesn't want to give, Lamont Roach his just due. So if Lamont Roach decides he's gonna move on to fight Shakur Stevenson, hey, it's gonna look bad for Gervonta Tank Davis. That's ridiculous. Like, bro, come on. Lamont Roach is not asking for some unreasonable amount of money. From what I hear, it's not like he's not even asking for the same amount of money you get. He just want to get paid more. He wants he deserves lifestyle changing money. Exactly, Dragon fan, pay him. You don't want to pay him though. Right, Jay Good. He said from Tank to A side to stop pocket watching. Right. That's what they do. Never get uncomfortable for them. They move the goalposts. Sports Guy 17 is in the super chat with that 2-piece. Much love, much appreciation, fam. He says, "What's good, 78?" In the chat. I hope all is well. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you. Appreciate the love. See you later. See here. He said low ball offer equals a duck. I agree. BVO, what's happening? BVO, you say you need an interview with me? Hit me up on IG, bro. We'll chop it up. We'll chop it up. I got to run your name through the. No disrespect, but I got to run your name past the brothers. Once you pass the brothers test, make sure you're good. Cause I don't be watching everybody's videos, so I don't know. I gotta make sure everything good and make sure you ain't got no beef with nobody in the LDBC. Ain't nothing happen. Yeah, run your name through the computer system real quick, and they'll be good. Let's see here. What's up, London on the track? He said they saying Roach is pricing himself out. Bro, that's what they want to do, fam. Look, they want to say Roach is pricing himself out because they don't want Tank to fight Lamont Roach. That's a very dangerous fight for Tank. Now that we see what Roach can do to Tank, and I don't think Tank can stop Roach. I think it's another fight to go to the cards. So they're terrified. Tank fans is terrified. They don't want to see that fight again. So they need an excuse. You know what I'm saying? They need an excuse for Tank to legitimately duck him. Boxing Fan Times 4 is in the super chat with the 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. He says, I forgot to mention on the Big U Live, you did the 600 dude is actually a pro boxer. Yeah. He says, C-Mac, former manager, is Manuel Char's sparring partner. Yeah, dude, I know dude, the professional boxer. I always forget that, though. I'll be forgetting that, man. Somebody in chat reminded me the other day that's who he was. Cheeseburger say, in the rematch, Tank will fight the same way he does every fight. Only difference is his output will be a lot higher. I don't know. I don't know if his output is going to be a lot higher because Roach was countering him real good. Roach was countering him real good in that first fight, so I don't see Tank coming out there. He's afraid to get hit, man. He got rocked a few times in that fight. I'm just gonna say this, man. I need to see training camp if the rematch does happen. I need to see training camp. I need to see if Lamont Roach is gonna get big headed, get lazy, or anything like that. But other than that, I will pick Lamont Roach to win a split decision in the rematch. I think it's gonna be another close fight. I think this fight gonna pick up from round 13. That's what I think. That's what I think, man. Close fight. But, Tank has let them know Cameron Fields. Let the brothers know. Hit the like button. Another thing is this. Byron Bull. What you laughing at? You think that's a crazy prediction to pick Lamont Roach? Because Lamont Roach just beat Tank last fight. What's your thoughts on that, Brian Bull? I'll probably open up the panel a little while, y'all. Okay, Byron, you think that's crazy? All right, will you be here when I open up the panel? Come on here and say why you think that is. You one of them guys who thought Tank clearly won against Lamont Roach. How'd you have the fight scored, Brian? I'm gonna drink me some of this. Yeah, buddy. Canada Dry. Ginger ale. Said Roach did to Tank what Devin did to Lamont. He turned. What happened? I just missed it. Roach did to Tank what Devin did to Lamont. He turned him. He turned with the southpaw. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Roach had some excellent footwork in that fight, pivoting and stuff. That was real good, real good. You see, Roach didn't start connecting until round 7. It's blasphemy, ridiculous lies. I know, but you're a Tank fan, so your eyes gonna see what you're gonna see on a different, you know, through different lenses, I guess. Really, really low bomb squad in the building. What it do? What's up, Malcolm McCory? Yeah, you're gonna see through different lenses as a Tank fan. You know what I'm saying? But everybody already know what time it is. Everybody seen what Everybody seen what that's about. And a lot of Tank fans are afraid of Tank. First of all, Tank does not want to fight Roach again. He don't want the rematch. Just be clear. Tank does not want to fight Roach. Okay. He already said so after the fight. So then immediately Tank fans try to get ahead of this because they don't want to call Tank a duck. So they try to get ahead of it and look for a way to blame Lamont Roach for the fight not happening. Well, no, see, Lamont Roach can't price himself out. Ridiculous. That Lamont Roach fight, that second fight is going to do huge numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if the fight did about 6 to 700,000 pay-per-view buys. What y'all think? I think that's about reasonable for that fight. With all the controversy from the first fight, yeah, I think people are gonna tune in. You know what I mean? But I know they're gonna do it in Vegas because Vegas you charge more money at the gate and all that kind of stuff. But like I said before, like I said when I was interviewing Becky Pound, he's from out there in DC, and I feel like the fight should be in DC. Well, I mean, what you running for? You ran to New York for the first one. Put it in DC. You put that fight in DC in Chocolate City. I'm telling you right now, the star is gonna be out. You gonna see some real black star power. I like when Tank fought in Atlanta. That was dope too. Nino Brown Boxing, my brother in the super chat. What it do, fam? Coming through with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. It says if Roach wasn't landing until the 7th, why didn't Tank walk through him? Them counters were landing way before 7. Absolutely. Absolutely. David Jackson is in the super chat with the 5-piece. Thank you, good brother. Salute to you. He says 78. Don't let Tank off the hook. Roach is not on his level and will probably be outclassed or stopped in the rematch. Tank must see Devin Shakur. Yeah, he do. But I'm still picking on my Roach. Now, but that doesn't mean that doesn't take away from the fact that Tank Davis ducked all these other fighters. Lamont Roach was a cherry pick going wrong. But I'm picking Lamont Roach to win by decision. Tank could go in there and knock him out. Sure, he could. But he got to show me. King Vonnie said Lamont should require Tank to bring it to DC. Man, Tank ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do it. Yeah, common sense would say bring a fight like that of that magnitude to DC. It'd be dope. Sister Shower said Lamont said Tank Power wasn't like that. No, it wasn't. Because see, he grew up fighting Tank in the amateurs, so he know like Tank got pop on his punches, but it depends on how you land those punches, and if the person, how much dog does the person you're fighting have while fighting you? Because Lamont Roach wasn't scared of Tank. He had just enough healthy fear of Tank to protect himself and not get stopped, right, and stay alert. But you know he wasn't terrified like Frank Martin was. I thought Frank Martin was doing a good job. Frank Martin probably could have beat Tank, but he didn't believe in himself yet. Frank was letting Tank psychologically ruin him in press conferences and uh, doing all kind of stuff and jumping at him, making him flinch and stuff. Like he was trying to like punk Frank Martin. And Frank got in there ring and started being worried about getting knocked out. You know, instead of him being fighting like the bigger man, the bully, he let Tank walk him down. Silent Time says Lamont had Tank running. Facts. Yep, absolutely. Now I'm also hearing. Well, first of all, so we don't know what's going to happen with that fight with Tank and Lamont Roach. I hope the rematch does happen. If not, then Lamont Roach said he fighting Shakur Stevenson. Him and Shakur been talking, so they're talking about getting it done. You know what I mean? Also, in boxing news, Jamal Charlo is set to return. He's rumored to be returning in May. At the end of May, on a card with Caleb Plant against different opponents. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know what's going to happen with Charlo. I think he is. He was a great fighter in his day, but the mental issues have ruined him. You know what I'm saying? Something going on with Jamal Charlo, and he took his time off as he should have. I salute him for doing that. I salute him for not crashing out like Ryan Garcia and the rest of them did. Instead, he just got off the internet, took a step back. All right, he did a few goofy things, but you know what I mean. Uh, Brian Bull says it's an anti-tank segment. Bro, let me tell you something about us over here. Um, some of these dudes come in here every day and sing high praises to Tank Davis every single day. And I know that's what y'all used to. You know, every day, Tank Davis is the man. Tank Davis is the GOAT. Tank Davis versus everybody. Tank versus this. Tank. Fine, fine. Me personally, Tank ain't fought nobody. That's just the truth. He ain't fought nobody. He hasn't fought Shakur Stevenson, that's in his weight class, another champion. Hadn't fought Keyshawn Davis, another champion. Hadn't fought Devin Haney, who was in his weight class for 5 years. Hadn't fought Vasil Lomachenko. He moved up to 140 and fought for a regular title, but never fought any of the champions, the real champions at 140. Tank is a cherry picker, based off of common sense. What's up, Coach Amber? How you doing? Tank is a cherry picker. The man talking about fighting Jake Paul. How you feel about that, Brian? How you feel about Tate versus Jake Paul? You think that's a good fight? I gotta hear this from Brian. Tank versus Jake Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Is it a good fight? Mind you, I wouldn't even care if Tank fought Jake Paul. Had he already fought and beat Devin Haney, and had he fought in Shakur Stevenson and beat him, had he fought Lomachenko, had he fought the people he was supposed to fight, and now he just wants some money fight, I wouldn't care. Okay, good. All right. I keep hearing more and more Tank fans say him fighting Jake Paul is cap. You haven't heard Tank come out and say it at all. You haven't heard Jake Paul come out and say it's cap. But Tank fans keep saying him fighting Jake Paul is cap. And I keep saying all y'all say that. So I'm glad you're saying it, because if the man fights Jake Paul, I'm clowning all y'all. I'm cooking you. I'm cooking all of you. Because that's what he wanted to do, fight Jake Paul. Chin Check Charlie is in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the support. He says, if you had to bet your last 100 to your name for this fight, who would you bet on? Keep in mind, you're hungry and need to eat. Well, that's an odd question, brother, because if I'm hungry and need to eat, the last thing I'm going to be thinking about is gambling. If I'm hungry and I need to eat, and I got $100 in my pocket, I'm going to the grocery store, bro. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, I might put 50 on it, 20, but I can't answer that. The way you formed, can't nobody force me to bet my last $100 and I'm hungry. Because if I'm hungry, my kid's probably hungry. Man, come on now. But okay, let's play the game now. If I had to bet $100, I'm going to pick, after seeing the first fight, I'm going to pick Lamont Roach. Yeah, I'm going to pick Lamont Roach. Based off his performance in the first fight. They giving Tank too many passes, and Tank didn't take it serious, and Tank didn't. No, he took it serious. He was trying to get Lamont Roach out of there. He couldn't do it. I'm going to take Lamont Roach. And if Tank come back and knock him out, good for Tank. She did the first time. You know what I mean? Because Lamont Roach is not even, I didn't even think Lamont Roach was even on Tank level. Same stratosphere, but now we know differently. Shabazz, boy, Shabazz, salute to my brother with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. He says, wow, 78, you got a lot of faith in Tank fans. I think 300 to 350 first fight didn't do 200 according to the reports. No, the first fight, according to the numbers I heard, did 86,000. That's what I heard. Now, there's no way of confirming that. That's just backdoor conversations. You know what I'm saying? But they said they did 86,000. Less than 100,000, so they're not going to report it, But when fights do that bad, usually they come out with a fake number that's a bad number, but it's not as bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when Devin Haney fought Regis, they did around 150-something thousand pay-per-views, right? But they tried to flip it and say, the haters try to say, oh, Devin only sold 50,000. He only sold 50,000. Then Ryan Garcia, liar, he come out and say Devin and Regis only did 35,000. Regis so goofy. Regis come out and say, oh, I never got paid on the back end. That fight didn't sell. Well, Regis, when have you got paid on the back end? Because according to most promoters, you got to sell at least 300,000 before you start getting paid on the back end. You got to sell at least 300,000 for you to start getting paid on the back end. So we never came out and said Devin and Regis did 300,000. We didn't care. We just want to see the fights, bro. The only people who care about all that kind of stuff is Tank fans and these other Canelo fans and stuff like that. They care about who's selling this and blah, blah, blah. Until Tank don't sell, or Tank got some bad numbers, now don't nobody want to talk about it. Dante in the super chat with the 5-piece. Appreciate the love. This is, can Tank fans, fan girls, explain why he tried to bite Lamont in the fight? Hey, man, you're making too much sense. Asking too many questions. What to do, Tank fans? Clearly on video, the man tried to bite Lamont Roach. When you try to bite somebody in a fight, that means you're getting whooped. That means you're getting whooped. But you know, like I say, take one of the bad yellow kids. Bad little yellow kids that grandma used to protect. That's what they do. They bad boy bite the mess out you. Just like candy. Is in the super chat. Appreciate the love, fam. Coming through with the 5-piece. Thank you, sir. So Tank will fight Sexy Red before he fights Devin and Shakur. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Now the 86 is in the super chat with the 2-piece. Thank you, brother. It says salute, General. It's a salute to the mighty LDBC. Salute, fam. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so Tank got Tank did 86,000 pay-per-view buys is what I heard. Against Lamont Roach, and now with the interest in the fight now, because you know it's not that 86,000 people watched it. They say 86,000 people bought it. Now millions of people watched it for free. You know what I'm saying? The fight is on Amazon, and everybody got Amazon Fire Stick nowadays. So that's what you're dealing with. Right? That's what you're dealing with. I mean, I seen a video one time, not trying to snitch on LeBron or nothing like that. He showed it himself. LeBron was doing a video one time, a live stream, and in the background, his computer was on the one of the bootleg sites that I go to. And this is LeBron James. Multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire. And he on the bootleg sites. Buying pay-per-view. Look, man, buying pay-per-views is like you just want to support that fighter. You want to support the movement they cause. Right? But it's like this. Let's say I got to give you a creepy example. So let's say there's a certain girl on OnlyFans, right? I don't know, I'm going to make up a name. Well, no, let's just say hypothetically it was Rihanna, right? Let's say Rihanna had an OnlyFans. And you heard through the grapevine, she busting it open and everything. So you got some people who are going to rush over there to sign up, right? They want to support her and they want to see what she's doing. But if I told you about a secret website where you can watch OnlyFans videos for free, if I told you about that, you might get the videos one day late. But if it was a secret website where you can watch all these chicks OnlyFans for free, how many people would be signing up? The girls would lose millions. And the only reason I never talked about that website is because I used to have OnlyFans, making my money, so I'm not going to tell nobody about no website where they can go watch this stuff for free. Nope, not at all. Not at all. But that's the example, is that at this point, anybody buying boxing pay-per-views is just people who want to support. David Jackson with the 2-piece, appreciate the love. And the super chat says, so 262K is fake numbers and 86 is real. I don't know. It could have did 286, 262. I don't know. Because nothing has been confirmed. The number I heard from a reliable source, he told me the numbers wasn't good. He said it was less than 100,000. He said it's still hovering around the high 80s. So I said, okay, well, like 86, 87? He's like, yeah, somewhere around there right now. And that was, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? But nobody's come out on the record and said this is what the numbers are. So where'd the 262 come from? It had to come from somebody online. Just like Candy is in the super chat. Appreciate the love. She says, "I'm a woman, 78. Just call me Candy." Okay, my bad, sis. Yeah, I just you never know with these guys. Dudes be coming over, they be having all kind of names and stuff, and I don't be knowing what's what. I don't know if it's a dude or a girl or what. Salute to the sister though. Rod Neal said, "Where's the little LB numbers?" You don't know nothing. I know the numbers. Yeah, you always know the numbers, huh? Andre Toppin Jr. is in the super chat. Appreciate the love. Coming through with the 5-piece. Thank you, sir. So he says, so it's true that Tank Davis and Lamont Roach are rematching. It's official? No, it's not official, bro. It's not official. Mm-mm. See, my title says Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Davis rematch in Jeopardy. It's not signed, sealed, delivered because Lamont Roach wants more money. He wants a pay raise because of his performance. Tank Davis and his team are saying no. We ain't giving you no more money. So now Lamont Roach is threatening to move on and fight Shakur Stevenson if he can't get the Tank rematch and get his money. Supreme Beast said, "Gotta be careful." Last brother called himself tasty like a woman. Yeah, I don't be knowing, man. I just assume unless the woman has a female profile photo that's a woman, I always assume it's a dude. But you can't even go by the female profile photo now. There be so many of these dudes with ghost accounts, man, and unbelievable. They want to hear you flirt with them or something. I don't know what's wrong with these guys. You said, "Where's Leonard Ellerby?" Somewhere waxing his head, plucking his nose hairs. I don't know what y'all talking about. I can smell what the Rock is cooking. I've always been able to smell what the Rock is cooking. So that don't affect me. That must be something y'all doing because I can smell perfectly fine. Yeah, he ain't saying that now. That's how you know it's trouble in paradise. When things are going good for the PBC, when things are going good for Tank, they on the internet bragging, showing off receipts, and we done this and we done that, blah blah blah. When things ain't going good, they quiet. And Tank fans know this too. They just don't want to. They don't want to admit it. I'm gonna open up the panel, yo. Let me open up this panel a little bit. Hold on 1 second. All right, let's see. I'm about to champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger. My girl wants to party on the top, party on top, party on time. Party on the time. There we go. Link is in the chat, ladies and gents. Come on up here, Brian. Come on up here and see what you're talking about, man. Boxing fan Josh Ford is in the super chat with that 2-piece. Appreciate the love. Said, but Leonard couldn't smell the coochie in Tank. Oh, wow. Wow. Absolutely, Shower. Everybody, look, people always hate on Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy can sing, first of all, and that was some of Rick James' best production. That's what y'all need to do. I'm gonna have me a Rick James day today. Sit back and listen to Rick James. Man, Rick James got so many bangers, even beyond the popular songs that everybody heard. If you just sit back and listen to Rick James music, man, Rick was going crazy. He was going crazy out there. Felix Nunez, what it do, fam? Appreciate the support in the super chat. It says, why not Tank versus one time? Because he's scared. Take it. Listen, remember what happened? Leonard Ellaby, or somebody said something about Tank would beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman said, let's do it. Tank came out and said, man, they think I'm Superman. They think I can just beat anybody. So he already copped the plea. Tank don't want that kind of smoke. David Jackson's in the super chat with the two-piece love. It says 262K was from Sports Illustrated. I'm not sure if they were the PBC or not. I have to read the article and see where they got the information from. Because I haven't heard that from no boxing outlet. Sports Illustrated don't just handle boxing. So I got to see exactly where they got the information from. But what's up, family? Let me see here. Let me put this up here. What's going on with it, brothers? How y'all doing?
Legendary 7A Sports TV me. How you doing, brother? This Cincinnati checking in, man. Master Byron, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, bro. Just chilling, man. Let me go. Let me start with Head Buster. What's happening with Head Buster?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Chilling, man. I'm all right. Chilling. I've been like I said, I've been starting my show late or missing my morning show because my wife been off for summer vacation. So, we be kicking in, doing what grown folks do.
Oh yeah, that's easy to understand, man. Perfection do not exist. So hey, gotta have some downtime sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what you think about what I said, bro? About as far as uh, Tank and Lamont Roach fight being in jeopardy due to Lamont Roach wanting more money. Do you think Lamont Roach should honor the contract he already signed, or do you think that he deserves a little something extra?
I think it should be some adjustments made based off of what happened in the ring. I mean, it's easy for people to say he should honor his contract, but even the athletic commission, they stated the same thing. It was a knockdown and it should have been a disqualification. So if they said it themselves, I don't really see what people are debating about, unless you just don't want the man to make more money or you want to argue about Tank. I don't understand that.
Facts. What's up, Brown Sugar Tay in the building? I see. Mr. Mott, OG Mr. Mott.
What's
What's up?
going on? What's going on, Seth May? What's going on, everybody on the panel?
Chilling, man. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think that he deserves a little bit more money. Now, if I was him, I would definitely try to make the Tank Davis fight because I think it's a 50-50 fight. But if I think that if he fights Shakur gonna destroy his name cachet that he's developed fighting Tank. I think he had the best fight of his life when he fought Tank. I think Tank didn't have his best fight. Now, I ain't no big Tank Davis fan at all. Everybody know that. But I just think Tank had a bad performance. He didn't make no adjustments. And Lamont Roach fought the best fight of his career. And if he get in the ring with Shakur, I mean, I just think Shakur will take away everything he just gained in that Tank Davis fight. So if I was him, I'd try to make the Tank Davis fight. Plus, I just think so many people want to see that fight again that the pay-per-view is gonna do a little bit better, and he'll make a little bit more money anyway.
Right. Yes, sir. Before I go to Mastermind, Dirt Road, what's up, Dirt Road? He said, Salute 78, no cash me outside today. So what he talking about is his chick named Bad Baddie or whatever. Cash me outside girl, the white girl who got famous from Dr. Phil show. She put she's a rapper now, I guess, and she had a lyric in her song where she talking about Devin Haney, talking about she could have basically she said Devin could have got the coochie. Devin could have got the coochie, but he didn't want it. Like I guess she's trying to clown him or something. So Devin came back and posted the DM where she begging Devin to hit her up or whatever. This is some stupid stuff. I have some stuff I ain't feel like talking about. Let me see here. Mastermind, what's happening with it, bro? What you think of what we talking about?
Yes, sir. I think Gervonta Davis he fought well in his first loss. Uh, I think he should have lost that fight, close fight, but I do believe that the brother deserved extra compensation because of the controversy. But
Right,
I agree with the previous gentleman when he said that I would take the rematch. I think 7-8. We looking at a Tarver Roy Jones situation, rematch situation.
right.
So I would take the rematch. I think he got his number. They look they look hard to knock out. Both fighters look hard to knock out, but I would lean toward I would lean toward Roach in a rematch and another close decision. But Tank will come harder, but I think that might go against him trying so hard. But I agree with you said he should have got the win because he's not going to get any credit with if he lose the rematch.
Sure. All right, I heard that. BVO, what's happening with it, bro?
What's going on, General? How you feeling,
I'm
man?
all right, brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Hey, I was gonna say the whole thing with the Tank and Lamont Roach thing is kind of laughable because this is what you get for being a sucker. All these years, Tank could have been made the biggest fight because we've been talking about this whole Devin Tank thing forever. We could have been had that fight, and I think the more I see from Tank now, I see why he didn't want to fight Devin. Because I'll be honest with you, man. One thing that's really getting me, and I talk about this a lot. Devin is the new guy that should be like the role model, but they treat him like crap, man. I've never
Right.
seen a dude who do everything right and they treat him like crap. It's like what more can you do? You know what I mean? He got the smaller Sugar Ray Leonard.
Don't make no sense.
He keep his nose clean. I mean, we got a guy who could be the face of boxing, but because he's not fake hood or tattooed up, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know, man. I hate to say it, but I kind of like turned on Tank because it's like the way him and his fans move is so like ladylike, and then he's such a girl himself. I hope Lamont get in there and bust his head, bro. I really do, man. I'm tired of that too. Hope Lamont bust his black head, man.
Hey, I
The
ain't
That's
mad.
all I
American
got to do.
dream. The American dream, Haney. That hey, he the American dream. He showed you how to do it, how to get rich in America. I'm proud of him still, undefeated.
Yes, sir. Let me go to my
And you
brother
know it's
Drew
funny
Tight.
if Bill wasn't outspoken, and you see a lot of Bill clones now,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, it's just funny how that goes because they talk about Bill, they talk about LeVar Ball, but they don't want the black father around. That's
Fact,
what it is. They don't. They
Yeah.
fact.
want you to get on there on HBO and talk about how you didn't grow up with no father and how you grew up in the trash can. And well, we all black didn't grow up like some of us. Some of us still, man. Everybody ain't on good times. Some of us grew up as Huxtables. Everybody not on good times, man. We went in the child line, man. Everybody went in the doggone child line eating government cheese. You know what I
Fact.
mean? We just wasn't.
Hey,
Hey,
man.
this channel represent that. Hey, 7-8, you represent for father. You've been representing for fatherhood. I
Yep.
mean, for 10
Always.
years straight.
Always, bro. I'm going to continue to do so, man. Represent for fathers because they always trying to make it seem like, especially black fathers, try to make it seem like we ain't in the household. Man, look, man. Only time my kids ain't don't see me is if I'm out of the country or out of the state. And even with that, I still talk to them every day. You know what I'm saying? I take them to school, pick them up from school. That's the lifestyle I chose to lead. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm offended when people act like black fathers ain't hands on taking care of their kids. You know what I'm saying?
And you got on 50 Cent too for not being in his son's life. I heard your
Sure.
program on that.
Yeah, everybody know that, man. Let me go to my brother Drew Titan LLC in the building. What it do, Drew? You on mute, Drew?
Give me 1 second. It's kind of noisy out here. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you.
All right, Mr. Sanders back there in the background. Turn your camera on so I can make sure you actual person. Okay, I got you, brother. You turn it off. Let me see. Let me see how I do this now. What's up, Mr. Sanders? How you doing, fam?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Doing wonderful, wonderful. What's your thoughts on what we're cooking on?
I just tuned in. I, y'all, I guess y'all just talking about the rematch, right?
Yeah,
With
Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach rematch might be in jeopardy because Lamont Roach wants more money. Tank feels like he shouldn't have to pay him more money because he already signed the contract. How do you feel?
I
All
think
right, I'm
they
back with
both
y'all.
right. I think
Sorry.
they're both right. I think Tank has a right to say what he said, and I think Lamont Roach has a right to ask for more money. Um, I think Lamont should get more money, but I'm not mad at Tank if because he did sign the contract. So I mean, if he didn't win, so technically he only deserved what they negotiated that was they signed for. Like, I understand if he won, then I would say yeah he should get more money, but they both right, so it is what
Yeah,
it is.
that's. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna be quick because I'm at work. Salute to everybody on the panel.
Salute, Drew.
Um, we all we all believe. I believe at least. I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I believe that due to his performance and the expectation of Tank watching this dude, because I didn't take it to go past 6. I thought Tank was gonna have a highlight of a knockout, and then a complete contradiction of what we all thought we was gonna see. So with that being said, uh, um, we all say, man, negotiate for more money, see what you can get. But well, not really difficulty. The reality is, if his money was etched in stone by way of what's in the contract, unfortunately for him, he's binded by that. And anything extra, Tank would have to agree to that. We might not like that, but that's the reality of things. If it's etched in stone, if we do 2 fights, remember when Lamar said no, we're gonna have 2 fights. Remember he said that we were like, nah, this guy's going to sleep. All right. So now we're at that second fight situation. I don't know what the numbers were, but if he agreed, hey man, if we have a rematch, these are going to be your numbers. If he agreed to that, then he's binded by the contract. Now he don't have to take it. He can go to fight Shakur. I'd like to see him rematch Tank. Fighting Shakur, would that be on a Riyadh season card? The money would be good for him. It, we'll forever look at Tank saying we'll be saying I'm gonna hold Tank's feet to the flames. You know I'm gonna do that. He's supposed to run that back
Right.
with Lamont Roach, and I might talk about this tomorrow. What kind of rematch do you think we're gonna see? Is it gonna be Roy Jones?
Um, Drew there.
Cut out.
Oh, he's gonna cook too.
Wait, hold on. I'm there. You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. My thought process is, what kind of rematch would we see? Is it going to be a Roy Jones versus Montel Griffin, where he gets absolute redemption in the first round, where it looked like Montel didn't even belong in a ring with him? Or will it be Roy Jones versus Antonio Tarver, where Tank is the Roy Jones? You understand? We don't know. So Tank,
Right.
it is his responsibility to run that back and make us believers. Make us believe that it was an off night. Make us say, okay, that's the Tank that we know. But until he does that, we're going to hold his feet to the flames. Now, um,
But
again,
wouldn't it be both of their responsibilities since Roach didn't win?
it absolutely is. But see, this is the heavy is the head that wears a crown. Who's the A side? Tank is. So, although you're correct, it is both their responsibilities. And if Tank go ahead and he does fight Shakur, are we gonna call him on a duck? You see, it's a slippery slope right here. It's a slippery slope. We got to be
I think it
careful.
would be a duck.
But well, you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. You would not be wrong. All right, but Tank is the A side. He's supposed to be out loud about this. No, motherfucker, you're not getting a cent more because the contract states. Now stop being a bitch and get in here and fight me. That's all Tank has to say instead of Jake Paul. You get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
heavy is the head that wears the crown. Tank got to be vocal about this. He has to say, "Hey, I want this fight." but I'm not budging on the bread because he agreed to it. See, once you go the business route, there's really not much you can say if it's in black and white. You get what I'm saying? There's not much you can say. But if we don't know what the bread is and Tank can be flexible with it, there's wiggle room. And now what Lamont is doing, he's exercising his 2 seconds of funk. And he's saying, yo, look, man, give me some more bread. Look what I did to you. They said it was a draw, but everyone says I won. So, give me my props. Give me a little more money. Now, are we going to lean on Tank for saying, yo, you should give him more money? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to do that? Or are we going to hold his feet to the flames to whatever the contract says? That's a conversation to have. That's a conversation to have. So I'll land the plane right there for now.
Yes,
But
indeed.
isn't it kind of crazy though to say that, all right, we signed for you to get this certain amount of money if you win, but you got a draw, and how would you get more money with a draw than if you won?
Well, what
Right,
did
let me
Lamont
read this.
agree to?
Hold on. Let me read the super chat so I don't get too far behind. And then I'm gonna let y'all cook on that. Boxer fan times 4 in the super chat with the 2 piece. Thank you, brother. He says, "Ain't nothing cute or sexy about that chick." To my bad baddie. I agree with you. Sheldon LDBC or nothing is in the super chat with that 2 piece. Thank you, brother. He says the contract was for if Tank lost, not a draw. Okay. Yes, sir. And we got David Jackson in the super chat with the 2 piece. Thank you, sir. Breaking news: Floyd versus Cambosis. Next, I thought they were just talking. I didn't know that was. Is that a real thing? Was that a real thing for real? I
What'd you
gotta see
say?
that. No, he
He
said.
about to pay George Cambosis. That's amazing.
No, I gotta see if he. I don't know if that's real. Q Trucker in the super chat with 2 piece. Appreciate the love. Salute. All right, now I'll go back and click on that topic. Uh, so it's tricky because Lamont Roach, before the fight, signed an agreement that I'm gonna get paid this much for this first fight, and if Tank loses, right? If the Tank loses, we're gonna have the rematch, and I'm gonna take this much money, right? Now, what ended up happening is Tank didn't lose; it was a draw, but everybody considered Tank losing, right? So now that contract is really null and void. It's not really the contract they signed don't matter now because Tank didn't lose. They have to renegotiate now. So when Lamont Roach says, "Oh well, I already signed my contract," no, that was in case Tank lost, like Mr. Sheldon just pointed out. So they specifically said that in the contract. So now you'll have to renegotiate a new contract for the new terms for what just happened. So that's where we at right now. Go ahead, Mr. Sanders.
So going off of that, I think now that come to looking at it from a different perspective now, I think Tank is being generous because he's saying, hey, look, if you win, I'm gonna give you this amount of money, but you lost. I mean, you didn't lose, but you got the draw, and I'm still gonna give you that certain amount of money. What do you think? That's kind of like generous.
I don't think you're wrong, brother.
But
I don't think you're wrong.
I think you
Go ahead,
assuming
brother.
though. I think you assuming though. You assuming that's what he said. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? You assuming
Well,
that
well.
he said
I'm
he gonna
sorry.
give him this. That's all right, Drew. You assuming that he said he's gonna give him the same amount of money as if he won. We don't know that. He might still be trying to give him the same amount of money he got before.
That's true.
That's the
What is
problem.
it? Is he debating? Should they renegotiate the contract, or they go? Does he want what's etched in stone to be renegotiated?
Well, what this is what it is. Lamont Roach wants to renegotiate because, like I just said, the original contract was in case Tank lost, right? So, so you would think, to be fair, you would think that Lamont Roach is in the second fight gonna get paid. He getting paid as if Tank lost, so you would think he getting paid good money, but um, that's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he agreed to and how much money he get paid. What the guarantee was, but I do know this. the fight was for the contract was for if Tank lost. So Tank didn't lose technically. So now they have to renegotiate a new deal, a new contract for this fight to take place for the rematch. And Lamont Roach is asking for more money, which he should ask for more money now because now you got a chance to see the controversy, how many people was interested in this fight. Everybody think you won. He has, and Tank has to take that stain off of his resume. He has to avenge it. So Lamont Roach, I think he's positioning himself well, using his leverage that
So
he has.
right, so he has a definite bargaining chip because he's making half of the event. I'm cool with that, but the question also remains: if he says, "F that, I'm not getting any more bread," I'm gonna go to Shakur route. Is that a duck?
No,
Is
that's
it a
not
duck?
that's not a duck.
Okay. So now, if we're
But
talking about if it's more financially, think about it. If it's more financially lucrative to go over the Riyadh season and fight Shakur, Tank fans, y'all always talk about money. Then y'all can't be mad at Lamont Roach for going to get his money, right?
yeah, but is that a bigger opportunity to go over there and fight on the
It might be.
undercard?
No, it might be
And say
financially, man. This is
who's to say Tank won't steal that fight from him? Any big fight that he could go to, Tank could just take that fight like he did with
well, he
the
didn't,
other
he didn't,
dude.
he didn't, he didn't take any fights at 135, and everybody was there. There was like 7 guys there that he didn't choose to fight. So I don't see him going to Riyadh season to take any fight. Now when he's talking
Yeah,
about
I
fighting
mean
Jake
we just
Paul,
assuming, but
I
no, no,
think
no.
that
I'm talking. I'm going up for what he's done, which is nothing at 135. He hasn't done anything.
I think
You know,
that
you,
if he
you see what I'm
go,
saying?
my fault,
Go
Drew.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go
Go
ahead,
ahead, brother.
Drew.
No, no, no. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that if he
That's
does
a top
choose to
shot.
go fight Shakur, that could turn out to be an even better move for him. Because if he fights Shakur and beats Shakur and then goes back and renegotiates with Tank, that makes that fight that much more bigger. And then he
but if
really can get more money.
what if he lose though? Yeah, we do say Shakur he's hard to get hit,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
Tank was boxing him from the outside. He was doing good on the outside until
we
he
thought
started
he
going
was
in the
gonna lose
inside.
the Tank. We thought he was gonna lose the Tank. So evidently he got skills that we didn't even realize he got.
Yeah,
So anything can happen in that boxing ring, and we all know that. If he goes over in there and he fights Shakur and he beats Shakur, say he knocks Shakur out. Oh my God, that fight between him and Tank is humongous now.
yeah,
Right.
I just want to know what the
yeah.
contract says. I want to know exactly what's written in there. And if Tank says no because I'm going by what's in black and white, do we hold Tank's feet to the flames, or do we say, "Hey, man, it's in black and white. Lamont's wrong for that." I mean, how do we handle that? Well, I don't know how y'all handle that.
I don't know. I think if he believes in himself, he should take that offer. And then if he's the man, he has everything to gain. He could go fight Keyshawn. He could go fight Shakur. He could go fight anybody. So if he really believes in himself, I think he should take that offer,
I don't think
especially
it's
with with
my fault.
the
Go
draw.
ahead.
Especially if he got the draw and he feel like he could beat him now. I would damn sure take that offer.
Uh, I don't think it's fair for him to be lowballed because this fight is much bigger now. Given his performance against Tank, it's people that didn't pay for it that probably will pay for it the next time around because they feel like it's worth it. So,
But
with that
is
being,
it really a? I'm sorry. Is it, let me, cause I'm at work, girl. I'm
go
so
ahead,
sorry. I'm
Drew.
so
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Um,
Go ahead.
is it really a low ball if he agreed to it already, though?
That's true, but see, this is the thing, Drew. He agreed to a rematch, and if they having a rematch, that means he beat Tank. So, but he didn't officially win, even though I thought he won. He didn't officially win. So, like 7A said, they got to renegotiate a whole new contract because he didn't win.
Yeah, this was a monkey wrench they didn't foresee. The draw, I didn't even see that coming for real. So,
I think my bad. Go ahead, brother. I cut you off.
yeah, I'm just saying. I don't know if there was anything in that contract that explains what would happen or what they would do or how they would deal with the draw. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I would like to know what was in it. You know what I'm saying? That in all fairness, I just want to know what was in it. before we call anyone a duck or someone. I want to know what's in black and white because that's what we got to hold people to. What's in black and white. I gotta run,
Yeah,
y'all. I gotta run. Love y'all, man. I'm out.
Love you, Drew.
yeah.
Peace,
I
bro.
think this is the same
True
as you
Tank as
could take
well.
this fight and you could take the Haney and Garcia. That injustice was done outside the ring leading up to fight night. This injustice was done in the ring. So I think anytime it's injustice, the contracts can be renegotiated because if not, you're giving it. Tank had an advantage by the DQ not being called and by the rev stop counting. He had an advantage to that, and the advantage was a draw for him. And the same thing with Haney and Garcia. The advantage was PEDs. So I think it should be renegotiated. You can't give someone an advantage like that and then everyone be cool with it. Like I think that's kind of irrational.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. If Tank lowballs, oh boy, if he lowballs him, is that a duck? Because we Tank already said he don't want to rematch him. He said that on at the post press conference that he don't want to go right back
He said
into
he didn't want to
Roach.
do it right. Yeah.
That's right. So if he lowballs him, that is that a duck? Because he basically saying, look, I'm gonna give you this low price so you don't even take the fight.
I don't think
Is
it's
that
a
a
duck
duck?
because he's not mandated. Like it's basically whatever the fake A side that we create. It's the ball is in his court. So I don't think it's a duck, but that's how people are going to perceive it because he's the A side. But what happened happened. I don't think it's a duck. He's just sticking by the technicalities, which will
Okay,
benefit
so
him.
if you say that head buster, then we can't say Canelo ducking Benavidez for asking for 200 million. We can't say
No,
that then.
no, that's totally different. You
Well,
talking about
how?
two different? I'll tell you why.
You
You talking
pricing
about something
yourself
that
out on in
no,
both instances, head buster.
no. I'm saying this. You talking about somebody that already had a contract established. It's already created. What we talking about with Canelo and David? That's just verbal talk. There's nothing
But
has been in concrete. Those are two separate
a head
things.
buster, it's got to be a new contract drafted now. That other contract is null and void because of the draw,
What makes it no?
unless a draw was built into that last contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't know the language in that
Right? We
contract.
don't know.
So
Yeah,
yeah, we just giving our, we just trying to
speculating.
do some, yeah, but we don't know what makes that contract, null and void now. Like,
Let me
we do.
let me read the super chat real quick. David Jackson in the super chat, appreciate the love. Thank you, brother. He says Tank outboxed him on the outside 5, 6 rounds. He says it will be far worse with Shakur. He should take the guaranteed bread. He says back the rematch Tank. Okay, let me see here. Shaquan in the super chat with the 10 piece. Thank you, appreciate the love. Says
I'm
I think Tank. He said I think Lamont is using that as leverage since he knows he stands between Tank and Jake Paul fight. He says could be a smart business move. Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Let me see. All right, I think I got everybody. Go ahead, brothers. Cook. Let me go to passive student. You there, brother? Passive student.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Nah, no, I mean we could talk about the technicals about the contract all day. But in my opinion, I don't know. I just feel like the simple fact that we even talking about this at length is kind of crazy to me. Only from the view of like I wish that Lamont Roach got his respect. You know what I mean in terms of just you know what I'm gonna rephrase it. I just want fighters to fight each other again. That's all I want. I want that risk factor. I want that danger that comes with the best fighting the best again. And the fact that we discussing what's going on like this is it just shows how terrible boxing is right now. You feel me? So I just really can't. Me personally, I mean, I'm really am just tuning in to listen, but um, if Tank don't want to fight and the contract doesn't pan out the way we want it to, you know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with him fighting Shakur, getting it popping. You know, guys that want to fight each other, let them fight. But at the end of the day, they're saying, I don't know, these people don't care about taking risks because that's where the money's at. Really, if you think about it, that's what draws people to boxing. You know, everybody paid to see Floyd lose. Everybody was paying to see Floyd lose because Floyd was fighting dangerous folks back to back to back to back to back all the time. Like he fought Canelo and then fought Marcos Maidana back to back right after that, and then he fought Manny Pacquiao right after Maidana. So all of those, there's a reason why people was paying to see that because there was a risk behind each and every one of those fights leading up to a Manny Pacquiao who's a legend. You feel me? So and then him being out of boxing for 2 years and then coming in to fight Marquez, who's a legend. You feel me? There aren't risks being taken like that today. So that's why I guess I'm on my grown man shit because I don't care about it. Excuse me for cursing. I don't care about this stuff because there aren't grown man decisions being made amongst these fighters anymore. You feel me? It's just disheartening for me to witness all of this when I don't know, man. I'm looking over what you call it, jo- uh, George Foreman's boxing career and all the people he fought, and how boxing was different back in the day, and it just really goes to show how eroded boxing is today, man. So I don't know. I feel it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. And that's my take.
Oh, good stuff. Good
Hey,
stuff.
hey, I feel you, bro, but there are a few boxers today that's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez, Better Biad, Devin, uh, Earl was doing it when he was boxing. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel what you're saying. Overall, it's not happening. When you can just name a few on one hand, that's not good. So I definitely feel what you're saying, brother.
I mean, think about it. Just think about it. Like we talking about, like we know. Look, all biases aside, Tank is a great fighter. This dude could fight. We all know this. We it's just a question of his character. Like we know he's trying to be a good businessman. He's trying to collect, save money. You know, boxing is a very uncaring, unforgiving sport. I get that, but at the same time, there isn't a lot of honor behind boxers helping each other out. I remember like years ago when I saw an interview with Mike McCollum talking about why he had respect. I forgot who it was. Oh, he wasn't vibing with, the Four Horsemen not giving him a fair shake in terms of, you know, yo, help me out. Us boxers got to get paid. Tommy Hearns, let me get a fight. Let me get a fight and let me get paid. You feel me? And it's you could see it today. Like it's not, but it's more prevalent today than it was back then because Mike McCollum still established himself as probably he's my favorite 154 pounder, but it's way more gross and prevalent today than it was back in the day. And I respect Devin Haney. I love Devin Haney. I love Errol Spence. I love Wilder because they was definitely born in the wrong era of boxing, in my opinion. Um, where their star power could have truly shined in the '90s and probably early 2000s if they came with that same energy. But today it's just like, bro, we sitting here talking about contracts instead of the fight, bro. We shouldn't like, and there's nothing wrong with that, because we conversating. But I just hate the fact that it's gotten to this point. You feel me? I'm watching more basketball than I am boxing right now. Boxing right now. I'm watching more UFC than I'm watching boxing right now. Boxing is when you got people like Rolly Romero, you feel me, on a fight card, and
Mm.
people are just
Yeah.
feeding that
Hey,
kind
seven
of
eight. Is the guy
toxic,
still there?
stupid energy.
I'm here. What you talking about?
No, the guy that was just talking. I can't hear him no more. Is he still talking?
I still hear him. Yeah, I hear him good.
Yeah, I hear him, bro.
Oh, damn, I can't hear
Nah,
him.
but y'all could go ahead.
Mm.
Y'all could go ahead. I said, I'm talking. You feel me? Go ahead.
No, okay.
Hey,
No, I think just in general, like if we go to a business and we give them our money and we do fair business, if they make a mistake, it's usually fair exchange. Like they throw a little something extra, or they do some type of good customer service. So the same thing with boxing. Like we all seen it. So I don't think this man is asking for a lot. Like the public eye seen it. I don't think it's too much.
Mr. Shelton crazy. Shelton said I thought that was dude from Psychodrama. I'm bringing pain like two bad nurses. Y'all remember Psychodrama? Y'all remember that's a Midwest thing. Back in the day, Chicago, uh, Twisted Psychodrama. Yeah, that was a Adrenaline Rush album. Anyway, all right, man. Y'all can close us out, man. Give us your last words on the whatever y'all want to talk, cook on, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, go downstairs, make me something to eat. Go ahead, chop shop.
Hey, I just want to close out by saying this, man. Boxing is in a good place, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? We do got a few guys out here that still want to give us the best fights and are willing to put their O's on the line, or even if they got a loss, still willing to fight the best. And that's all I want. You know what I'm saying? When that happened to Kaepernick, I stopped watching football. And then, after he got paid and stuff, it's still been hard for me to get back into it, man. I still try, but it's still hard for me to get back into it. So boxing is really the only sport that I watch. The only sport. I don't watch basketball and stuff. I used to, but after Jordan, I fell off of that. You know what I'm saying? So this is the only sport I got, man. So if they let me down, boy, I don't got nothing else to look forward to. So hey, salute 7-8, man. Hey, I appreciate you sharing your platform with us, man, and letting us come up here and speak our mind, man. You truly
Hey,
are,
appreciate you, bro.
an icon in this thing, man, and definitely somebody to look up to, man. For sure. I
Hey, appreciate you,
appreciate you,
bro.
man. Much love.
Much love, big dose. Pastor Stu, go ahead and give us your closing thoughts.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, he good.
Nothing crazy. Boxing is trash right now, respectfully. With regard to the fighters who are, trying to keep the sport in a good place. The Devin Haney's, Spencers, Crawfords, Wilders. You feel me? Outside of them, boxing is trash. Support the fighters who care about the sport, who care about legacy, who care about putting butts into seats. You feel me? Um, and nothing. Thank you, 7-8, for opening the platform. I respect you and what you do. Have been respecting it for years, and I hope you continue to endeavor and carry on with your platform, brother. Y'all all have a good one. So everybody stay safe.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate the love. Salute to the chat. Salute to the mighty LGBC. Much love to the chat. Super chat. Everybody can't be showing love. I'm out of here. I'll talk to y'all probably later on today. I'll come back with some shorter videos. Deuces.